What's up, design family, and welcome back to another episode of Fittdesign TV. So glad to have you back on the channel. On today's episode, I'll be giving you the no BS hard truth behind starting a fashion brand. And before we get started, be warned, for those of you who are easily affected by a non-rosy and non-glamorous, realistic view of the world, this is going to be a little bit disheartening to hear. My intention is not to dissuade you from following the path or the passion that you have for fashion. Ultimately, it's to give you a clear understanding of the gravity of the arena that you're bound to walk into when starting a fashion business. Hey guys, and welcome to Fittdesign TV. So glad to have you here. On this channel, we discuss all things sports fashion, graphic design, manufacturing, and technology. We'll discuss key topics, answer pressing questions, and provide actionable steps on starting your own product line. If you're interested in any of the above topics, stick around. You're in for a good one. As the creative director of a fashion agency, I've had the privilege of working with hundreds of fashion startup brands, each with their own unique vision, their story to tell, and ultimately this has given me a exposure and a huge insight ultimately into what separates these successful brands from the ones that actually end up failing down the line. The hard truth is, being an entrepreneur is difficult. There's no manual, no tutorial, and no fixed path. You're on your own for 99% of the time, and that alone can be crushing to most people. Your foray into the fashion business is sure to have some trials and tribulations, and before starting, there's definitely a few things that you'll need to know. Number one, this business is hard. Running a fashion brand that is both acclaimed for its uniqueness, quality, and innovation, as well as a business machine that is consistently generating enough profit to keep your business afloat and ultimately to keep the brand's momentum is definitely not easy. Fashion itself is a very capital-intensive business with a lot of money required upfront to purchase custom-made stock, most of which you won't see well down into the future, and that's if you're lucky and you're actually making sales. Number two, good designs are only part of the true and overall picture. So what's the use in creating the perfect product or the perfect design and executing the perfect product if you don't have the necessary skills, both in a marketing and a foresight perspective, to be able to distribute and market these products effectively? At the end of the day, a great product that no one knows about is simply that. It's a great product that no one knows about. You also have to take into account a bunch of other things that actually play into your business's success. These can be things like your distribution as you scale, your logistics, company culture, quality control. As the saying goes, more money, more problems. Number three, do not expect for things to happen overnight. There is no fast lane when it comes to fashion success. Most of the great designers that you know and love have failed many times before you first heard the names or even acknowledged their existence. A perfectly paved road for fashion success is definitely non-existent. It is a twisty, rocky, and sometimes nasty path that is shrouded in fog, meaning that you can never truly see more than 10 feet away from you. And number four, and last and definitely not least, is get started, keep calm, and keep going. So you'll never be ready. You'll never have the resources you think you need. You'll never have the experience you think is necessary. You'll never have the time you think is enough. You need to take every single setback on the chin because chances are they're going to be a ton. You want to use these setbacks as an opportunity to learn and ultimately to get better. You need to make sure that you exchange every single setback that life deals you with 2 steps forward. Well, that is pretty much it, guys. That is a wrap on today's episode. If you guys enjoyed this more raw episode, kind of pulling in from my own personal experiences, let me know in the comments below what other topics you want to see me cover next. I'd love to do more episodes like this. Guys, if you enjoyed this episode, also consider subscribing. We put out great content on a week-to-week basis, and it would mean the absolute world to us for you to join us along for the ride. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in to this episode of Fittdesign TV. Until next week's episode, stay awesome.